Invizimals: The Lost Kingdom is a 3D action platformer that I've revisited several times over the years, and that's not because it's particularly memorable, meaningful, or masterful, but rather because it's the opposite of all that. It aims to be as generic and rote as a 3D platformer could be, and it's rather stunning in its sheer shamelessness. To be fair, on its surface the game sounds reasonable enough. You play as Hero, a child adventurer transported to the magical world of the Invizimals. Once there, he finds the mystical and lush landscape has been overtaken by a vicious mechanical menace. It's the classic theme of industrialization versus nature. There's some pretty beautiful scenery, vibrant and vivacious flora, and hordes of homogenized robot goons to smash. Unfortunately, this dichotomy is never explored beyond that initial, superficial take. You never learn what all these beautiful glowing crystals and plants do, or get to peek into the cultures or wildlife of this majestic realm. This is supposed to be a world of unrestrained wonder and whimsy, but in execution, it just feels like a generic fantasy template. There's no substance or soul. But alright, the world building is bad, so how's the actual writing? Well, it tries to snag the style and story hooks from cheesy mid-2000s action cartoons. You've got your relatably sassy young boy, your corrupt billionaire with a comically villainous name, and a forgettable cast of side characters who only seem to exist inside of Hero's risk communicator. You never learn anything about this kid, his allies, or anything which makes him identifiable as a person. He just jaunts through sleepy set piece after sleepy set piece, occasionally snarking at the bad guy. Much like the world building and themes, there's not much here. But okay, so there's no substantive themes, characterization, world building, or general writing. But is the game at least pleasing to play? Well, no. Every mechanic in Invizimals feels mandated, like a corporate machine checking off items on a big list. It's extra devastating too because the core concept sounds pretty stellar. You gather new powerful forms as you progress through the game, and combine their unique powers to explore the environment and combat your foes. In practice though, nearly every transformation and every power is the same. You walk up to some glowing sparkles, press the triangle button, and your character performs the context-appropriate action. That's it. The whole thing is totally lacking in dynamic or natural game design. To make matters worse, combat is beyond tired. There's a lot of it, it's utterly brain dead for most of the game's duration, and there's no reward for playing well. The only saving grace here is the variety in attack animations, but even then, too many transformations share the same combat moves. No matter what you do, tedium is inevitable. It's all a dire, bland, miserable chore. But in the end, that's what makes it so special. Invizimals: The Lost Kingdom is a glowing testament to multimedia mediocrity. It simply is the sum of its parts, and every part is worn ragged. There is no spark of creativity or craftsmanship in the entire experience, and each time I play it, I find more gaping flaws. I look forward to giving it another spin a few years from now.